When I tell you I don't know what I'd do without my sons, I truly mean it. Over the last year, they've helped me with everything from decluttering rooms and moving furniture to hanging light fixtures and tackling projects I never would have attempted on my own. I joke all the time that God knew exactly what He was doing when He gave me 3 boys because they've stepped up in ways I never imagined. Not only have they helped me physically with projects around the house, but they've also been there for me emotionally as I've navigated life after losing Mr. C. As I've worked on healing, I've also found myself wanting to create a home that feels peaceful, functional, and easier to manage. I've been decluttering, organizing, simplifying, and slowly working through projects one room at a time. The challenge is that when 4 people are working on different projects around the house, communication can get a little messy. Sometimes I thought I had told one of the boys something when I hadn't, and if we're being honest, my system of sticky notes, random notebooks, and notes scribbled on scraps of paper wasn't helping matters. I was constantly trying to keep track of what needed to be done, who was doing it, and what project we were working on next. So when I found a way to get all of us organized on the same page, it was exactly what we needed. And that's where today's sponsor, Everblog, comes in. The Everblog fridge calendar is basically a digital family command center that mounts right on your refrigerator. It combines a shared calendar, task management, meal planning, routines, reminders, and even grocery organization all in one place. And honestly, this is probably exactly what I needed. I have to admit, I am a post-it note kind of girl. For years, I've had post-it notes stuck to mirrors, notebooks, countertops, and just about every surface you can imagine. That system worked okay when it was just me trying to keep up with everything. But once my sons and I started working on multiple projects around the house together, it became clear that my little post-it note system wasn't cutting it anymore. Over the past few months, we've been trying to squeeze in as many projects as possible while everyone is available. My middle son is married with a family, so his time is limited. My youngest son moved home temporarily, but he's getting ready to move to Connecticut for a new job. My oldest son has surgery coming up that's going to put him out of commission for a few weeks. Needless to say, coordinating everyone's schedule has been a challenge. That's one of the reasons I have been loving the fridge calendar from Everblog. Instead of trying to remember who is supposed to do what or searching for a missing post-it note, I can assign tasks directly to each of my sons and myself. Everyone has their own profile, and all they have to do is tap their name to see exactly what they're responsible for. What I really love is being able to see the entire month at a glance. We can schedule projects around everyone's availability and keep everything organized in one place. With everything going on in our lives right now, this has been incredibly helpful. And it's not just for projects. Every month I host a Bible study dinner with my sisters-in-law, so I can put that on the calendar along with the menu. I meet my brother for breakfast once a month, and that's on there too. I even have my morning routine and evening tidy routine set up as recurring reminders so I don't have to constantly remember everything myself. One of my favorite features is that I can sit in bed with my notebook, do a complete brain dump of everything that's on my mind, and then transfer it into the app on my phone. As soon as I enter it, it shows up on the calendar for everyone to see. And speaking of the app, I love that I can take a picture of inside my refrigerator and everything shows up on the screen. So if I'm getting ready to order groceries and say I'm sitting in bed and I don't want to walk all the way to the kitchen, I can simply check the app to see what's in the refrigerator or the freezer or even my pantry. Another feature I've really been enjoying is having quick access to things I use every day. I love listening to jazz music while I'm making coffee or working around the kitchen, and I can pull it up right from the screen. I can also search recipes, view ingredient lists, and even watch step-by-step cooking videos while I'm cooking. Now, while I don't have small children at home anymore, I still have a lot to manage. I work for myself, which means I have to stay disciplined with my schedule, my projects, and my daily routines. And having something all in one central location has helped me stay focused and organized. Something else that's cool about this, my refrigerator isn't magnetic. So the calendar came with a mounting plate that attaches to the refrigerator first. Then the calendar magnetically attaches to that plate. And let me tell you, it's not going anywhere. The magnet is incredibly strong. I also have it set to automatically wake up whenever I open the refrigerator door. So every time I'm in the kitchen, I can instantly see what's on the calendar. Declutter cleaning closet. I'm also one of those people who writes a to-do list with 10 items, crosses off 2, and then feels like I need to rewrite the entire list. With this system, when something is finished, it's finished. It's checked off and we move on to the next thing. Honestly, after everything we've gone through this past year, we've all been a little emotional at times. So adding miscommunication on top of that wasn't helping anybody. Having one place where everyone can see what's happening has made a huge difference. I think this would be especially helpful for families with kids. You can assign chores, create routines, track responsibilities, and even set up rewards. My son's rewards are usually a little money, a home-cooked meal, or sometimes both, which they're always really happy about. If you're interested in checking out Everblog for yourself, I'll leave their information and a link to the fridge calendar down in the description box below. And I want to give a huge thank you to Everblog for sponsoring this portion of today's video. And I think my sons would like to thank them too, because this calendar has helped us get a lot more done around the house without pulling our hair out. My sons and I haven't tackled a lot of major downstairs renovations yet, but we have done a lot of decluttering. We also added a few things along the way, including this light fixture at the bottom of the stairway. Ignore the dark panel walls for now. The entire area still needs to be redone, but I absolutely love this light. It has a vintage feel and gives off such a warm, soft glow. One thing I've been grateful for is that if my sons and I can figure out how to do a project ourselves, we do. Not having to hire professionals for every little thing has saved me a lot of money. My laundry room has been a work in progress since last year. What started as some water damage turned into a much bigger project once everything was opened up and we realized how much needed to be removed. I ended up losing some of the lower cabinets, but honestly, I'm okay with that. There were way too many cabinets in this laundry room to begin with. I never understood why the original owners designed it this way. Now, there is a bathroom beside the laundry room, and I think they could have made the bathroom much larger and the laundry room a little smaller. In preparation for eventually remodeling this space, I already purchased a countertop for the washer and dryer, along with some pedestals. Why I didn't buy pedestals years ago, I have no idea. These aren't the expensive name brand ones, just generic versions, but they work perfectly. My sons assembled the pedestals and countertop, and honestly, it was my oldest son who gave me the push I needed. He looked at me and said, "Mom, what are you waiting for? You don't have to wait until the room is finished to enjoy these things." And he was absolutely right. I also had them move this deep freezer out of the laundry room. It belongs to my mother-in-law, but we all used it when they lived here. And while it's large, loud, and definitely not the prettiest thing to look at, it still works. And since it's functional, I'm not getting rid of it. They moved it into the utility room, which opened up so much space around the washer and dryer. There's still plenty left to do down here. The drywall needs to be finished. Electrical work needs to be completed. Everything needs painting, and the entire room needs a deep clean. But right now, I'm trying to focus my attention on finishing the upstairs before taking on too much downstairs.
Mama, baby. Come here, baby. You're supposed to be helping. I don't think you're helping. Are you just here for moral support? Is that what it is? You're just here for moral support? Thank you. Thank you, baby. No. My socks are not toys. And you have chewed holes in many a pair. No, baby, you can't have the socks. No, baby. No, baby. I can't wait to find a counter height table. I have this little patio table. It's for a patio, but I'm using it here in my little changing room, which my youngest son said, you should call it your boudoir. And I'm like, isn't that French for a bedroom? He said, no, it's like a changing room area. It can be for your bedroom, a boudoir, but it's where, something like the woman would change. It might have been like a room beside the bedroom or something. Either way, I'm not that fancy. I just call it my changing room. But having to bend over like this and fold the clothes, now, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it'd be nice if I could stand and do this. I do not have the best lower back. So doing this too much, it's going to get to it. Do you really think you're helping? Why can't you go lay down with your brothers? Go be lazy like you brothers. Huh? Go be lazy like you brothers. You don't need to be back here. No, don't climb Mount St. Lenin's. Go play, baby. Go play.
As I wrap up this video, I want to say how thankful I am for my sons. When I lost Mr. C, so much of my world changed overnight. But through every project, every room makeover, every hard day, they've been right there beside me. Yes, they've helped me save money and get things done around the house. But what means even more is knowing I haven't had to do all of this alone. When I look around my home now, I don't just see the finished projects. I see memories of us working together, laughing together, occasionally disagreeing, and figuring things out as we went. Those memories mean just as much to me as the projects themselves. More importantly, they've been right beside me through all of it. So yes, God absolutely knew what He was doing when He gave me 3 wonderful sons.